everybody. Mark here from New Hampshire. Monday, 27th. Been running around the property all day, doing this, that, and the other thing. Come down here, this is where you don't do nothing, you know. Day's over. Had a decent Christmas, you know. Didn't go down the road and go everywhere. And yep, you see everybody all year long, you know. And lately we haven't seen everybody all the time, but I got a bunch of brothers. I have a sister. For a lot of years, you know, I used to make my way, used to go out of my way to go see them, you know. They know where I am. They know what I'm about. So that's the way they are, and that's the way I am. Me and Naomi had a really great Christmas, you know. Like for us, you know, it's gonna be like Christmas week, you know. I do Christmas until New Year's, and I got a scrub pine that's out in the yard with about 400 something lights on it. So we'll pull the plug on that when we feel like it, you know. And we leave our lights up all year round. This thing about yanking on the wires and rolling them up into a ball and throwing them into a box or a bag and then trying to take the bird's nest out. No, just plug them in. They don't work. You shake them, they come on. Good to go for another year. When the kids were in the house, we always had a tree in the house and we did the whole deal, you know. Digging out the cars the other day and bringing the wood up to the house and making sure that things are cozy and melt down that turkey into its turkey soup. This is where I'm at, right down here on the end of my pit road. Now if I went that way, quite a ways, basically where the camera is the beginning of the woodlot. You stay out of there at this time of year. I mean, the branches are full. A lot of cracking going on out there, you know. The trees are resilient. They can take it. And if they can't, they're firewood. I got this young guy that lives in the neighborhood. He's a mechanic. Damn good mechanic. He's a tall, stringly guy. About 6'3". He's the go-to guy for the power pole company he works for. By the time they break, lose power, They don't got drivers with CDL licenses, and he drives a mechanic truck with the crane, but he'll bring it to the job site where they park in the Walmart parking lot, where they think they're going to get hit the most, and someone will bring a boom truck over to him, and he gets paid to sit in that boom truck. He's got the papers, he's got all the credentials, and he was a mechanic for a tractor company, and they sold Husky and Stihl saws. And he had his own little shop, and me and him got to talking one day just recently, about 2 or 3 days ago. And he's the guy that set up my Husqvarna. I gave him a Husqvarna. I said, what's the matter with this thing? He brought it back about 2 weeks later. He said, this thing's got air leaks from here to there. He gave me another one just like it. And I've had that saw and I use it. And I never asked him because I didn't really know at the time, a couple of years back. Never know what to ask. I didn't know what to ask, you know. And we got to talking because I've been watching Tin Man, Iron Horse, and been hearing about what guys do to these saws, the ones that are willing to share the truth. And I tell you, I asked this kid, I says, do you ever checked out these sites? And he got back to me and he says that he had a bench similar to the Walker's bench. He didn't have that kind of what you call that little drill thing that he uses, you know, with all the air. But he said, yeah, I had to freshen up a few saws with tools that we had. And so he said, you know, he touched up the saw that I got. I said, so what'd you do to this? He goes, I can't really remember because I did a lot of them saws. They were all coming back when they were new. And if I had a bigger carcass, and it's not like we got a excess pile of parts to go to particular saw, because we don't got the particular saw. But he's a Husky mechanic, but he's a Stihl freak, because that's what he's got all over his garage, you know. So I enjoy being as member of the views of these Port Sauce channels. Got this young guy, you know, and I'll ask him stuff. And when I mention things that I've learned a little bit and how to talk about these things, because, you know, we're not doing a Chevy engine, so I have to learn the saw talk, and his ears perked up, and it's hot shit. And the saw I got, it ain't gonna hurt nothing to keep running it. I don't time nothing when I cut a piece of red oak that's 24 inches. I had a couple of videos that shows me cutting a 24-inch red oak with a H85 chain, carbide chain from Husky, and suckers goes right through there, you know. So young kid's onto something. I can hear him out there right now. He's been out there because he was out on the road all night waiting for something to do. Nothing broke. He's out there on his snowmobiles and his three-wheelers and all this freaky stuff he's got over there. And Helped him with his Class A chimney. I could say we did a Tin Man chimney on the kid across the street. And so that's all for today. You know, I just catch myself thinking too much. Not running down the road with my hair on fire to do work in my trade. And probably should have my hip and my right leg looked at. Can't get anywhere near the facilities. I mean, they're either outside thinking they got it, or they're inside thinking they got it, and they're all looking at each other like, is it you or is it me? And I'm not going around that party. As you can see, the party's right there in back of me. Me and Naomi this is it. So I'll be paying attention to chainsaw porting. You know, there's some guys that they go to some extremes and with these crazy mufflers and stuff, but you know, I can't see myself taking a saw like that to work around the property, you know. I need a saw that I could pack in and pack out and I can handle for majority of the day. I'm not setting any records, but so this is the hemlocks over here. There's a couple of pines sticking up. I haven't harvested any hemlocks. I got a hemlock that was overgrown. One to the left of me, top's missing about 30 feet of the top. It's laying down in there and turned it into syrup wood. So when we break out the saw in about another month or two, once this skid row gets just hard snow, we're pulling all the dead stuff up and out of here and try to get a couple of few cords of dead wood for the syrup. We burn 40-inch pieces, you know, so if you can get it started, once you start putting 40-inch pieces and you put about 2 wheelbarrows of them things in the evaporator, I don't care what you put in there. It can be that brand new pine tree. You put it in there, it's gonna burn, you know. But talk to you later.